Hey guys, it's Beth. I'll be using these wooden flowers from Dollar Tree as well as their new stamps and some plank wood from Walmart. I took vintage Victorian chalk paint, painted the outer sides of the flowers as well as the edges and the backs, and I did 2 coats on those. I then take my plank wood, I'm using 4 pieces. On the edge of one, put some wood glue and hot glue. And then I'm going to glue that to another piece right along the edge. And then I do the same thing on the other side with the wood glue and hot glue, gluing another piece of plank wood right up against that one. So I have 1 on the bottom, 2 going up the sides. I take another piece of plank wood, put it down inside the 2 pieces of plank wood going up, mark off where they meet, flip it around, and make marks again. I use my crafter square and make a line on those markings. Using my razor blade, I score it a bunch of times and break off those pieces and sand them. Next, I put some wood glue around 3 of the sides. Place that piece down inside where I had measured it from. So we're making a little box. I just used wood glue on these pieces, so I set it aside to dry. Next, I cut some of this scrapbook paper, just a little square, and it would be hard to trace the center of this, so I just pushed it down along the edges to make a little indent and cut out those little pieces. I then added Mod Podge to the center of my flowers and placed down the scrapbook paper I had cut. And I didn't get it on video, but I had used my heating tool to dry those, then added an outer layer of Mod Podge to each of those, again using my heating tool to dry it. Once the box was dry, I used white chalk paint, painted the sides, the back, and the bottom of the box, leaving the front of it plain, and I left the inside of it plain. And I gave that 2 coats. And then I decided that the pink paint on the flowers was way too bright for me. So I took some white chalk paint and dry brushed it on all of the pink paint just to mute it a little. And then I took Spanish moss chalk paint, which was from Waverly, and painted each of the dowels on the flowers. And I just gave those 1 coat. And then I took the same scrapbook paper in the blank side of the box. I measured out or traced out the scrapbook paper and cut that out. I then added Mod Podge to the front of the box where I'll be placing the scrapbook paper, just making sure to cover the entire thing. And then place down the scrapbook paper, smoothing it out with my hands. And then added parchment paper to the top and used my travel iron to smooth that out. Gets rid of any bubbles or wrinkles and dries the Mod Podge. I then did an outer layer of Mod Podge covering the scrapbook paper and used my heating tool to dry that. I sanded off any excess scrapbook paper with a nail file. You can use that or a sanding block. And then I took the stamps from Dollar Tree and you cut them off, the different letters, and they're placed down in a mirrored image. So I placed down a few letters that would fit on this clear pad, also from Dollar Tree. Used my ink pad from Hobby Lobby and pushed down on the front of the box to get the stamp on there. Added a little more ink because it wasn't enough. And this is clear, so you can see exactly where you're placing the stamp down. Push it down. And then I removed those stamps, added the remaining letters. And this pad is nice because it has the lines, so you can make sure to get it nice and straight and even. Place down my remaining letters. I trimmed up a couple of the dowels so they're different sizes. Place down some floral foam inside the box. Added in some moss. I just placed in my flowers, pushing the dowels right into the floral foam. That is it for this project. Thank you guys so much for watching.